Okay, a trip into Philadelphia. What would you want to see? Well, usually you drive in on 76 here. You pass by the Philadelphia Zoo, come on down here, and you get off onto 676 and drop off into here. Usually park somewhere around in this area, around Chinatown. Now, once you get down here, you can come in and see Independence Hall, which is pretty cool. You could also go and see the Liberty Bell, which is also really cool. And then you walk up through to Reading Terminal Market. It's kind of a giant market type place. There's all kinds of things there. A lot of people will have lunch there because there's some famous places to eat there. You could probably also look in to where the best Philly cheesesteaks places are in the city. If you keep heading up, you'll go by around the City Hall, which is right there. City Hall. It's pretty amazing. And then you take this kind of famous walk from City Hall along this avenue. I can't remember exactly what the name is, but it takes you right up through Pennsylvania Academy of the Fine Arts is right off to the side there. That's where some of her siblings and her dad had got their art degrees. Leia was at Temple, so she's over here somewhere in this area. I don't know. There's Juilliard. It's a musical college, very famous. Anyway, when you take this walk up along this avenue, you pass by the Philadelphia Temple, which is pretty amazing, through this famous square. I don't know if there's a picture of it. There should be one in here. It's that one with the swans. Yeah, Logan Square. There you go. And now the Philadelphia Temple's over here to this side now. As you walk up to the corner here is where you get to the museum. So back out. Franklin Institute is a place for kids. It's kind of like a kids' discovery museum. The Academy of Natural Science is pretty awesome. We'll get a chance to see what that's like compared to the one in, well, at least we will. I won't recommend it for you guys, but get to see what it's like. Here's the Rodin Museum. As you walk up the museum property, you keep walking up this giant, cool avenue. This is looking back down the avenue from City Hall up towards the museum. These are the rocky stairs. Pass by all these cool sculptures and amazing things. And then when you finally get there, you kind of turn around and look back down once again towards City Hall. But the Museum of Fine Arts, pretty amazing place. Let's see if we have it here. Museum of Art. Then they've got all these, riverside places. The Schuylkill River is here. You have all Boathouse Row, which is pretty amazing, kind of fun to walk through. Anyway, a lot of this stuff, they have jogging trails and running trails and parks all in through here. And you can see all these, they used to, rank cities by their waterworks. So there's all these fountains that run up along the side of the Schuylkill River, and trails and stuff. And you could go do this long walk and see all this stuff. Most of the stuff the fountains I don't think are restored. They're not really in full function, but pretty cool. Anyway, a lot to see in Philadelphia. It's more than you could possibly see in one day. And like I was saying, you've got there's Fairmount Park. The zoo, I believe, is the oldest zoo in the nation, and it's pretty cool. Pretty cool zoo. They've got all kinds of walkways. They've worked really hard to kind of bring it close to the people. Though they did get rid of their elephants. They were too expensive and they were really old, and so I think they retired the elephants to a reserve somewhere where they could pass away without all the poking, prodding, and just being in a zoo. So I think that's probably about it for the elephants in the zoo in Philadelphia. Anyway, so if you wanted to go to Philadelphia, that's pretty much the big deal, and it would take all day just to come down and see the historic places. I mean, you got the Benjamin Franklin Museum, Museum of American Revolution. There's one in here which is like the Thomas Peale art gallery. He's the guy that did all the famous paintings of all the founding fathers, and they have all that stuff in there. Just really more than you could possibly. Benjamin Franklin's grave. They've got down here somewhere Edgar Allan Poe's what do they call it? His I don't see it on the map right now, but Edgar Allan Poe's museum, and there's about Betsy Ross House. I mean, you got all this kind of historic area. You can go see all the classic Pennsylvania types, architecture and streets and stuff. And you'll probably be all tired out of seeing historic sites and stuff like that from being in New York City all that time. But that's Philadelphia. A lot to see there too. Anyway, I think we'll get this to stop.